So how does Ballerina fit into the John Wick timeline? Let me explain. And this is your spoiler warning for John Wick 3 and John Wick 4. And spoilers for Ballerina. The events of Ballerina takes place at the same time as John Wick 3. So John Wick 3 begins with John Wick deemed excommunicado by the High Table, and in Ballerina, Ana de Armas actually witnessing the scene when he's excluded from Ruska Roma. The reason John Wick was deemed excommunicado is because he killed someone in the New York Continental, and by the rules of the Continental and John Wick world, that's a big no-no. The finale of Ballerina, when John Wick shows up to take Ana de Armas or Eve Macaro out, takes place after the events of John Wick 3. And if you remember, John Wick 3 ends with Winston shooting John Wick because he needed to save himself and the Continental. And John Wick somehow survived that bullet and also fall from a skyscraper. So at the end of Ballerina, John Wick was already on the run from High Table with a bounty on his head of $20 million. The timeline seems a bit questionable because between John Wick 3 and John Wick 4, there's at least 6 months, and John Wick must have been recovering from his extensive injuries that he got from the fall and from the bullet, and he was spending all that time from the Bowery King. Plus, he was already excluded from Ruska Roma, so why would the director call him for help for Eve Macaro? But it's possible that he got in good shape just in a few months and got back on good terms with Ruska Roma as well, so... Some people speculate that the battle in that village in Austria at the end of Ballerina takes place after John Wick 4, but I absolutely don't think so. Plus, at the end of Ballerina, Eve checks into the Continental in New York and we see Karen there. And as we know, spoilers for John Wick 4, he was killed in chapter 4. So it's definitely taking place before. Let me know if you're a John Wick fan like me, and if you watched Ballerina, let me know your thoughts in the comments.